wake me up to another good morning, time to go. Got that smile upon my face, 'cause there's excitement in the chase, this I know. Yeah, I'm going for the ride and find myself, I am alive, and I soar.
We are back. Week 2 is here. Welcome into the Gravity Design Labs studio. I'm Brian Small, aka BigPapaSmall, and I'm sure glad you're here. Happy Friday if you're listening at the drop, and if you're listening later, happy day. It's going to be a hot day out there as summer is, coming in hot. So stay hydrated out there, my friends. It's another week and another passing of a legend. This time we lost one of the goats of the game of baseball, Willie Mays. Willie, say hey Mays. He played a crucial part in the game of baseball and really life as we know it now. He was one of the goats. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame, 2-time MVP. He was the Rookie of the Year, won the World Series in 1954. He has a batting title, 12 Golden Gloves, 2 MVPs. I mean, he's not only a great baseball player, but he's a man of the people also. He after games he would go out and play stickball with the kids in his neighborhood that he grew up in. I mean, you think about that today. If that happened today, that would be insane. I mean, you wouldn't see it. Which, I mean, it's a different time. It's a different world, I guess. But that I love that. I love that he would go out and play stickball with the kids and just be living life. But the goat is gone at the age of 93. What a long and fulfilling life he had. I mean, that's incredible. But we got a lot to talk about this week. The Men's College World Series final is set. We'll get into that series. The NBA has a champion. Football season's right around the corner. And basketball, because, we love it. So, we're going to talk about basketball all the time. That's just the move around here. And when we come back, we're going to talk some College World Series. So sit tight, and we'll be right back.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the Big Papa Small VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website, BigPapaSmall.com, and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
All right, welcome back in. The matchup is set for the final series of the year. We have the Tennessee Volunteers going up against the Texas A&M Aggies. Ugh, man, what a matchup. But in all seriousness, though, I mean, these are probably the two best teams. So, I mean, it's rare that you kind of feel like, these two teams have been very good all year. They've been right there at the top. I mean, it makes sense that they are the teams that are in it. I had thought, maybe Kentucky could win it and pull that out. I was kind of hoping for that once Arkansas was eliminated. I guess, it's like I said last week, the interest level of college baseball goes down a little bit for me when the Razorbacks aren't in it. But you know what? It's been an absolutely awesome games. I mean, it's been we had 3 walk-off wins in the first round in Omaha. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Really, that's pretty awesome. But the ACC had an early exit in the SEC ACC Challenge. I mean the College World Series. Sorry, that's the College World Series, not the SEC ACC Challenge. That's it's crazy. It's still mind blowing that it came down to those 2 conferences had all 8 teams in the final 8. I mean that's pretty incredible when you think about some of the talent around the country, and even even thinking about like the SEC. Arkansas wasn't one of those 4 teams that made it in, and we were really good all year. So it's it's mind blowing. But it's Florida. Florida gave it their best shot. They're one of those teams that really arguably shouldn't have even on paper made it into the College World Series, but they just kept fighting. They kept gritting it out, and they made it through until ultimately, they had to play 2 games in one day due to a weather delay, and it's a shame. But it's A&M. A&M was a very good team, so they knocked them out. It would have been tough either way, but they knocked them out to make it solidify their spot. But it's we'll see how it comes out. And Tennessee's been really good all year, and they've put up a little over 9 runs per contest, and I mean they're good. There's a reason that they're 58-12 this year, and A&M, they're not bad either. They're 52-13. So, and they're in the SEC, so that's top to bottom. I mean, that's a competitive league, so they've been battle tested. I think we're set for a good series. Really, the big question from the Arkansas perspective is Tony V. Is he gonna be in the driver's seat? Is he gonna bring home the championship for Tennessee, or is A&M going to pull it out? It's two teams we don't necessarily want to see, because yet again, it's going to be an SEC school winning their first championship, no matter what. In the last 6 or 7 years, it's been with maybe 6 of the last 7. There was one year that the SEC didn't win it, but there's been all these different schools winning it, and it hadn't been Arkansas. So could Dave Van Horn see one of his old assistant bring home the trophy before him? It's kind of looking like it could. It could be that case, but I'd be happy for Tony V. I guess I like him. I wouldn't mind him being the Razorbacks coach after Dave Van Horn retires, whenever that may be. He can stay for another 10 years, but hopefully we see a little change in philosophy on the offensive side. That we talked about there. We lost one of our promising outfielders in Jones to the transfer portal, but as he left, we got another transfer in, a commitment from TCU that played some short, played some outfield, but he brings a lot of speed with him when he's coming. And TCU is a great program historically, and so I mean I think it's going to be a good addition there, and just having his speed on the bases. I mean that kind of lends well to the need of some more small ball coming in this next year, and kind of moving guys along and trying to get runners home, because I mean we left so many runners on base last year. So hopefully we can get him in. We can keep on recruiting this off season and get some good transfer guys, and get some of our committed guys that get them to come to college instead of going straight to pros. I think that kind of hurt us a little bit last year too on the depth side of things, because once the draft happens, if they're going, they're going, and you don't know till it's too late almost in that case. So we'll see. Hopefully that brings us into Omaha again next year, because we need to get back. We need to make it out of our regional, and we need to make it back. That needs to happen this next year. But speaking of bringing it back, we're gonna keep on rolling right into our second break of the morning or afternoon or evening, whenever you're listening to this, and we'll be right back. And sit tight. We'll talk a little bit of college football. It's right around the corner, so sit tight and let's see what we can get into.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the Big Papa Small VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website, BigPapaSmall.com, and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
All right, we got a little Arkansas football coming in. We're going to talk a little depth today on the roster. We obviously don't have a set depth chart yet, but we're going to start diving into the roster a little bit and kind of look at some rooms that we as a fan base, we need to try to keep an eye on and see kind of where we're going to be. And I picked out three rooms, three positions that I think could very well determine kind of the overall outcome of the season. We'll get into that a little bit here. We got the start off with the glaring O-line room. We got a new coach in. We got some fresh eyes, some fresh motivation. We got some had just a little turnover. Sometimes you got to have that kind of change to try to put some things in perspective and kind of get a fresh take on things and get guys to get fired back up. And with the new coach, we also got a head coach that is arguably the best O-line coach in the history of college football. I mean, that's a stretch, but maybe. I mean, maybe not. He was an amazing O-line coach in Coach Pittman, and he's taken more of a hands-on approach. So it'd be hard to think that we wouldn't see a jump at that position this year. If we don't see a jump, we're gonna have to have some more difficult conversations. But on the O-line, seems like we have more depth this year than we have in the past, with 19 guys on the roster at the line position. Now, granted, all those guys aren't going to be guys that are going to be able to get out there and contribute in the SEC. But, that's just, a lot of them are young. I mean, we have 5 freshmen on that, but we also have 6 juniors and I think 3 seniors on this roster here. So, I mean, we're looking at an older roster, but is that a good thing? I don't know. I mean, we have some transfers that have come in that are probably going to be looking to take a more of a strong starting position. I'm looking at a few guys going forward that have been here in Crawford, Nichols, and Braun. If those 3 guys can step up and be kind of your core group, your anchors on the line, if they can step up and be in that kind of position there, that could help solidify. And then you mix in some of these young guys that are ready to step in and maybe not be on the edges, but be in those guard positions. Just somebody that can slow down the people and play the position. And if we have that depth, and if those 3 guys can in fact take that step forward, whether it be a huge step forward, or if it be I don't know, just a couple steps forward, that could be all that that could be a game changer. But from last year, we need to take a huge step forward in that position. And I think, at Green at quarterback, he gives a lot more. I don't know, what's the word? Flexibility, in that position, because KJ was awesome. He was strong. He could knock guys off of him. He's a record holding quarterback at Arkansas on, I mean, dang near every category. That the quarterback can have. So it's gonna be interesting to see that kind of change in, well, play style. Bobby Petrino's coming in with that play style, so Green's gonna have that coaching behind him. That's I think he will be put in a better position, as will the line, to kind of take that step forward this year. But you have Green that can escape, more so than KJ did. KJ could run. KJ was great, but he was kind of the power back of the quarterback. Whenever he got out of the pocket and started running, even, well, in his case, last year in the pocket, he was the power back because he was having to throw guys off of him in the backfield so much. But I think Green will be able to escape and be kind of more that elusive, quick, quick rollout. If he needs to run, he's going to run. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. I think the O line is the biggest position that I want to watch this off season as we inch closer into football season, because we saw. It's so important to have a good line. But on the defensive side of the ball, on offense, I think we're okay. And every other room, I think the receivers are going to be great. I think the tight ends are going to be great as long as they can stay healthy. Running back, we lost some guys, but they're stacked in that room. That room is maybe the best room on the team, maybe even better than the receiving corps. But defense, we got a few questions. We got, hit hard in the portal. So, we lost a lot of our core linebackers. We lost, my favorite defensive back, maybe even favorite Razorback overall, just because of his Twitter/X game was so strong, and he was right there with the fans, kind of trolling the opponent's fan base during the off season. So that was fun. But anyway, the linebacker, we took a hit in the portal. There's no question about that. But we have some depth with 16 total linebackers on the roster, but the majority of them are kind of unknown on our field. We have young guys, we have freshmen, we have guys that have been on the roster for several years, but they just haven't seen the field. So, what's the depth level there? Is it truly deep that of guys that could come play, or is it just deep with bodies? We gotta dive a little deeper into that and kind of see what we're looking at. I think the core, probably the core rotation is going to be Sorey and Dix this year. I also, we got some young guys that I want to kind of keep an eye on in Yurchek, Dean, and Pope. I think, Yurchek went to Fayetteville, and then Fayetteville High School, and then he went to Wake Forest out of high school and transferred back in this offseason. I think if he can come in with some fire, he's one to watch. But we got these other guys that are just gonna kind of see what we're doing and watching as we get closer and closer to August. See kind of how the room develops and what kind of roles guys want to take on. Is there going to be the leader in that room that can kind of quarterback the defense, and set things up and just see where that takes us, and go from there. But like I said, on the defensive back side of things, my favorite Razorback that was on the team, went to Baylor, and Snacks Johnson, just because I can remember one post that he had that he said something, and a Missouri fan was in his replies and said, "All right, come on to Mizzou," and his response was, "No, I hate y'all," which is awesome. I think every fan loved to see that, But with that, honestly, there's a lot of upside in the defensive back room. We have seems like we have more potential in that room as far as like depth than we have in recent history. You know, usually in the past, I don't know, what, 5 years, it seems like we have a guy go down that's our stud, and then it's like we gotta kind of piece it together. We've been okay for the past couple years in that position. We've been pretty good really. This last year, I was really excited coming into this year, but you know we've lost a few pieces there, so we'll see. But we have, I mean, there's a ton of potential there. Some of the guys that I'm watching, you know, the Metcalf boys, they're sophomore and freshman. I think TJ is going to have a good step up this year. I think he's going to be. I think he'll be one of our corner pieces as a sophomore, maybe in that role. But we'll see. They're still young, him and Tevis. But we have we have a freshman that I'm personally keeping my eye on. He's out of Texas. His name is Bridges. I sat near his family at the spring game, and so you know naturally they were all cheering for him and watching him and talking about him. So I naturally watched him myself, and you know I saw a lot of potential there, and even more so than the potential, I saw a lot of hustle. So I'm hoping to see him kind of make a name for himself and you know carve out a career for himself here at Arkansas, and well you know we'll see where that goes. I mean, he's a freshman, and you know he made some freshman mistakes in the spring game, but not. I mean, the hustle was there, and it was obvious. So you know you love to see that. And you know there's this off season, like I said, you know when you have a year like we had last year, you're gonna have several players hit the portal and come in, and you know the roster is gonna be a little different, sometimes a lot different. Not as drastic as basketball, but you know there's gonna be a lot of turnover in the roster, and I think just that's a normal thing now with NIL, with the transfer portal. It's all kind of the rosters are gonna look so different every year. So my plan is to dig a little deeper and do a deeper dive into the roster the closer we get to the season. But speaking of new additions and players to watch, when we come back, we'll talk some Hog basketball. That's full. I mean, it's literally full of new players to get to know. So when we get back from this break, we will kind of talk about that and see if we can highlight a player, and we'll kind of start the process of breaking down the roster a little bit. You know, last week we talked about TB2 a little bit. This week we're going to cover somebody a little different, a new guy. You know, not a returning guy. So sit tight, and we'll get to know a little bit about a player coming back.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today, and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the BigPapaSmall VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website, BigPapaSmall.com, and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
All right, new faces, a lot of stars. You know, it seems fitting to dive into John L. Davis first. He's a major grad transfer. He's set to graduate this summer from FAU with a business degree. And every year that he was there, he's kind of taken that step forward that you want to see. You know, he has played more minutes. He's taken on more of a leadership role. He put his name in the draft this year, and he pulled it out before the deadline. So hopefully he got in there and he talked to some people and he saw what he needed to work on, what he needed to kind of get going there. But he was a all district first team this last year, the AAC co-player of the year, all ACC first team, unanimous. All that this year. And every year that he played for FAU, he's kind of taken a step forward as far as how much time he's played, his average per game. I mean, he went from his freshman year, his average was 9.7 minutes, and his senior year it was 32.3 minutes. So we need that kind of steady force to have there, and he was one of the best transfer guards in the portal, and so he's gonna be a good addition. Kind of have that. Hopefully, he takes on that kind of that leadership role and helps some of our young guys coming in. Our sophomores and freshmen that are probably going to be one and done on a lot of them at Arkansas anyway. I could see that happening very very easily. That's we'll see how that shakes out there, but we need that kind of presence on the court. Back in the 22-23 season, he was the sixth man of the year on FAU's Final Four run. That was a historic year for them. They went 35-4, and he came off the bench, but he led the team in scoring with an average of 13.8 points per game, which if you're the sixth man, you're coming off the bench and you lead the team in scoring on a Final Four team. That's pretty awesome. It shows he's been there. He kind of knows what to expect on that stuff. Now last year wasn't as good for him, but there's a lot of other things happening in that. So I don't count that against him by any means. I mean, he made the Final Four, so that says a lot. That's hard to do. I don't care what team you are, where you are, but for FAU to do that is impressive. And he also was second on the team in rebounding for the year at 5.4 boards per game. So I mean, that was a good year for him. I think he's gonna bring some of that into Arkansas, and he's gonna be in a position to where he has all those pieces around him that he doesn't have to necessarily be the guy, But I mean, I think he could have a special year and work his way up into being drafted this year. So we'll see how he puts it all together and kind of what role that he brings to the team. He's not basketball season isn't coming up in a couple months. It's a couple months after that. So there's a lot of time to kind of get to know this roster and see who may play what role with this team. And he may end up being one of our bench players. I mean, you never know. There's a lot of talent coming in, so we'll talk about that more going forward. We're kind of diving into the roster there. We're in this period in sports where it's like, okay, let's hurry up and then let's wait. Let's wait for August. Let's sit. There's not a whole lot happening. The Olympics are coming up, but I'm going to use this time. I'm going to try to dive into the rosters a little bit, as you've seen with football, and hopefully we'll see more of that in basketball. But with that, we're still a little ways away from the season kicking off. But it's that time of the year that you have to renew your season tickets. So if you haven't done that, you better jump on it. I think I've figured out my situation where I may go in with change seats up a little bit this year, but I'm gonna be there. You better believe it. This year could be special. It's the first year with Coach Cal. We'll see how it goes with him bringing in all this NBA talent. And with speaking of NBA, the finals are over. We have a champion, and the Boston Celtics took it home in 5. The Mavs tried to show up and really put it on Boston pretty good in Game 4 to avoid the sweep, but it wasn't enough. That's Luka needs a little more help on the on that team. I mean, he has some pieces and he has some guys that are good. Kyrie he's really good when he's on, but Luka needs some consistent help. I think if they're gonna make it over that hump. But that's they're runners up. So let's talk a little bit about Boston. They really took care of business. Going into the finals, everybody was talking about how they had an easier walk into the finals with playing teams that were injured and doing this, that, and the other. But I mean, that's just part of the game. It's you can only play who you play. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. And so they took care of business all the way through, and a key piece to that organization. I mean, I don't know if they could have done it without him. Of course, I'm talking about Jordan Walsh. Showed everybody why he was ready to go to the NBA. I was one of the ones saying, and I'll admit it, and I still, I mean, a lot of it was probably selfish because we really needed him, but he went pro, and I was one of the ones saying, maybe he needs another year of development before he's truly ready to take that step. But he showed me and everybody else while we were wrong. He got drafted. I mean, that's huge. What a huge accomplishment. And then he went to the G League, and he played a crucial role in their G League in Maine, where they made the finals in that league too. So I mean, that's impressive too. That just shows they have a lot of depth on their team. That he was a crucial piece to the G League team, but then he barely got in the finals on court action in the finals. But it's one of those guys that is the youngest NBA champion, pro hog. He gets a ring. I mean, that's whenever you're just because you're on the end of the bench doesn't mean that you're doing nothing. So I mean, that's practicing. He was involved in that. When he got in, he played during the season. He did fairly well during the season. But at the finals, they have so much depth he didn't have to play, which is great for Boston. And so I think congratulations to the Celtics. They definitely earned it. They were the best team all year, I think. So I'm kind of like the college baseball World Series here, where we're seeing the best teams, that have been at the top, near the top all year. We're seeing that with Boston, So congratulations to them, NBA champions. They did it in 5. They almost got the sweep, but the Mavs had one last push in them, so they couldn't sweep them. But they got it in 5, which I think that was kind of the popular opinion there, that I think they're in Boston in 5 was kind of what everybody was envisioning. So we're with that being said, we're going to take one final break, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap this bad boy up. So sit tight, and I appreciate y'all being here with us.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today, and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the BigPapaSmall VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website, BigPapaSmall.com, and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
Man, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today for a little while. It means everything that you're supporting the show by watching and or listening in this case. And now you can find the show on more podcast sites and apps than you could before, which is exciting. We got the Podbean app. We've had Apple Podcast, but we have added this past week. We added Spotify and iHeartRadio to the mix. And there may be more to come on the podcast side as I kind of dive into that a little more and kind of look and see where we may want to put the podcast up. But those are the core ones that I think most people listen to. So I'm trying to get wherever you want me to be. So I'm going to incorporate some more YouTube stuff. I may start that sooner rather than later to kind of get some videos. I don't know if I'll do the full podcast on there yet, but I'm looking at maybe some shorter type videos, like maybe one segment at a time, and I may piece those together to make a long format, maybe a long format a week. I don't know. I'm still working through some of that, so we'll see. So be on the lookout for that. You can go ahead and go subscribe on the YouTube channel at BigPapaSmall on there if you want to. That way you're kind of ahead of the curve. Right now there's not going to be a whole lot of content on there just because I haven't put anything together. I'm still working through that. But if you like to read, if you like looking at blog posts and that kind of stuff, I'm starting to incorporate some more of that on the website at BigPapaSmall.com. And you can kind of, if you go to that website, you can find all of the different avenues that you may want to consume the content. It's all there. So if you want to go there, you can kind of branch out from there. You can go, you can find it where you want, how you want. It's all there. And so, I'm curious. As we go forward and as we adapt here, I'm really curious to know what you want, what you like, what you don't like, what you wish I did more of, what you think I should just stop doing. So, hit me on social media or leave a comment if there's a comment section wherever you're listening. I'm on all the major socials, not so much Facebook, but Twitter, Instagram. I have a TikTok. It's all at BigPapaSmall. So hit me on there. Let's talk. Let's build this together. Let's start getting this community wrapped around and build a community that's there for to help talk sports, help in life. Shoot, let's just do this thing. We're gonna wrap it up with there today. But before we sign off, remember, the game doesn't end here. Stay connected on social media and share it with your friends, because we need to grow this community. Like, follow, subscribe, all of it. I really appreciate everything that you're doing. Just by listening is amazing. But let's kind of grow this thing. I like doing this, and I like thinking about more ways to improve and build this community up. But I need your help with it. So let me know, and share it around. And don't forget to, on the website, BigPapaSmall.com, don't forget to sign up for the email list. As it grows and as we kind of develop here, I'm going to start doing some cool giveaways, some different kind of interviews, and I may, for the VIP list, I may start doing some kind of special content type things just for the VIPs too. So you don't want to miss out on that. Check it out on the website. All right, guys. Until next time, stay blessed, stay passionate, and keep the love of the game alive. We'll see you next week.